Hi there boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Random Geek channel. And today we're doing an unboxing video of the Sony RX100 Mk7. So I'm going to be keeping this video as short as possible. I do tend to waffle on in my videos, so this video is just going to be unboxing it and showing you exactly what it is. If you're after an in-depth analysis of the actual camera, I will be making a second video in which I'll be talking about its features and why you should and should not buy this camera. So anyway, we're just going to move on. So if you were lucky, you may have picked this up on these Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals, but to be honest, Sony cameras don't really go on sale that often, and if you do manage to get 100, 200 bucks off, then definitely go out and get it if you do want to get it. But Sony cameras do tend to hold their value quite well. So for example, this is my really old Mark 1. So I actually bought this when it launched in 2012, and you can still get these for about 500 Australian dollars. So that came out 8 years ago and it's still holding its actual price. So it's quite amazing. I've been a RX100 user for a very long time, and I'm very excited to actually open the new one. So this isn't a new product, it came out last year, but not everyone has actually made money, and I've managed to get this as a replacement. So what we're going to do is we're going to slice up. So I've got a new knife here. I think it just opens, doesn't it? So you probably know that I'm pretty bad at unboxing stuff. I did get a new knife, a brand new X-Acto knife, but yeah, my old one actually died. So before we actually open up, to see what's actually open, is to have a look at the box. So the thing with Sony is they do tend to, in terms of their unboxing of their products and their packaging, Sony really hasn't done a very good job in terms of their products. So if you buy like a Samsung phone, an iPhone, like a brand new Apple product, you will notice that, you know, the unboxing is half of the experience. It's nice packaging and it just flows in a certain way. Sony, on the other hand, I've been buying Sony products, you know, since the late 70s pretty much, and Sony actual products, they always come in these like standard cardboard boxes, pretty tacky looking boxes actually, or they're always in really hard to open plastic shrink wrap. And I've never really understood why they've actually done that. Anyway, we're gonna move on. So in terms of the box, what you will get is, you just see what you get here. So really important with the RX Mk7, you get 4K HDR. That's using the brand new actual chip. That chip's actually occurred in the last couple of generations, so it's a similar chip in this case. Standard Bluetooth, memory stick. You guys remember the memory sticks. You know, Sony's, you know, always tends to go with the formats that don't really work. Most people would just be using a standard transferred card in that case. HDMI out, has Wi-Fi. Near field chip. In terms of sensor, you're getting a CMOS sensor. I think it's the same chip as the Mark 6 in this case. 24 to 200 millimeter equivalent. f2.8 to 4.5. So that's been, I think, up to 3 generations now. What you do get is a massive increase in the phase detection autofocus points here. Real tracking, this is the big thing with the Sony products. So the Mark 7, you get real-time autofocusing and eye and face detection here. Blackout-free shooting, so I think this goes up to 20 frames without no blackout, and you can boost it up to 90 frames a second. Microphone jack, whoa! So this is the amazing thing here. So Sony has listened to the actual masses, and the same 100-degree tiltable LCD as per last generation, actually from Mark 5, I believe. So I did own an actual Mark 5 very briefly. I took it on to an overseas trip when we were still able to fly, and yeah, and I lost it. So this is a replacement for the Mark 5. So great that they actually used the standard cameras. So do we actually get the actual charger? I don't think we do. Obviously, just a accessory you can get. Standard box, blah 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 blah. Okay, let's go into it. Oh. Always that one first. Okay, so I'm not expecting much in here because, see, as you can see, it's really cheap corrugated, and it doesn't matter which camera you buy with Sony. It's very similar, and with these cameras you are paying a premium price. So I actually bought this for, what was it, 1,600 Australian dollars, and that was on sale. So these normally retail for $1,800. So they're really pricey for what they do. And this is probably one of the things I will talk about in the second video. So first things first, just a little card, assuming that's a quick start guide or whatever. And you get a whole bunch of manuals in different languages, so nothing too fancy there. And a little advertisement for their extra accessories. So we're gonna go on here. So I'm not expecting much in here besides the camera and probably a couple cables, but we'll have a see. So standard Australian New Zealand charger here. So this would probably be, yeah, let's conceive the rating. So 7.5 amps at 250 volts. In Australia we use 240 at 10 amps. So just a standard connector there. Get a lanyard. Very good that they included this, and they always should include this model because the RX series is very slippery, and you'll probably notice that it will fall out of your hands. So definitely attach these on. And one of the reasons why I actually Mark 1 actually broke, because I actually dropped it and the lens no longer works. So kind of disappointed in that. That's why I got the Mark 5 and I ended up losing that one. So hopefully this fares a bit better. So standard cable, what is this? Micro. So yeah, Sony's one of those companies which seems to be very stubborn in terms of their products. So, you know, they've got a history of, you know, of backing their own formats, their proprietary technology, and also because they run by a really old administration, pretty much. So micro, so 2020 you should be up to USB-C. That should be the standard. This should go back to where it belongs. Don't know why they keep on doing that, especially when you want to be charging and you know, the possibility of charging fastly on the go, and also in terms of transferring. This ain't gonna cut it in 2020, but there we go. So assuming this is just okay, we got a little adapter here. Alright, so this is the AC adapter to convert it. Okay. So yep, so 5 volts, 1.5 amps, so basically 7.4 watts in that case. I wish they did include an actual charger for the battery in the box, but they don't really do it. So, like Apple, give me my charger, and especially if you're gonna pull out the actual charger, give me yeah, like an actual charger that fits with the cable. Yeah, okay, whatever. Alright, so battery. So the good thing about the actual batteries in this one is they're back compatible. Good thing about Sony in this case is they have, let's see if I can get the camera to focus. It should be focused now. So they've kept the same batteries in all their previous cameras. So if you've got a whole bunch, if you're a previous owner of an RX model, you are going to be able to use your previous cameras. So I've got a bunch from the 1, from the 5, and so real good. So let's see the ratings on this camera. It might be here. No, on this battery. So it's a CNP BX1, 3.6 volts, 4.5 watts. So 40 milliamp hours. So this is roughly on this camera is good for about 260 shots, I believe, give or take, depending what you're doing with it. In previous models, you could get over 300, but obviously, you know, the increase in actual processing power, especially with the updated software, when it's running like autofocusing and eye tracking all the time, it is going to use a lot of battery. So make sure, yeah. So if you're going to use like Sony cameras, you all know, you know, the battery life in terms of these ones. Always keep a spare one or a spare like power bank too. So I believe the only thing that's left is the actual camera. So you get nice, well, just a basic, basic felt bag, and there you go. So same design as the previous generation. So if you've got one of these from the Mark 6, you ain't gonna see an actual difference unless you're looking very carefully. And what you're gonna, the only thing that's gonna point it out is this microphone jack. I know the old saying, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But in terms of the design of the RX series, they should really think about updating their design. It's getting pretty old, it's pretty dated. It does what it does very well, but in a category that is pretty much dying, and even through the Sony RX series, it's pretty much on top of the category. Like, unless you can convince someone to rather not spend that same amount of money on a brand new mobile phone with a pretty decent camera, you really have to, you know, show them what you're actually getting. And unless you're serious about cameras, you ain't gonna know that. So let's have a look. So what we're gonna do is a very short comparison between the two. So I've got the Mark 1 here, and I've got the Mark 7 here. And from far away, you can see that they're almost identical. And remember, this came out in 2012, so 8 years ago. So this is the 7th generation. In terms of the styling and the body, it's almost exactly the same. Even the, you know, the markings on the actual camera, on the top. And remember, I've dropped this on so many occasions, and I don't know why Sony has not fixed this. So, layout is almost identical. And this is 7 generations. See? And besides from the actual ports, there isn't much difference. Even the lanyard ports are the same. Obviously, you are getting a bit of extra things here. So you got the flash and a just like electronic viewfinder on the newer generation. But yeah, but besides the internals, nothing much has really changed. So obviously, I'll switch this over. So you can see, Mark 1, Mark 7.
A few moments later.
Hi guys, sorry about the interruption there. Yeah, the neighbors were being really noisy for some reason. Anyway, so we're back. So we're doing a brief comparison with the two cameras. So Mark 1, Mark 7. Yep, I kind of wish that they had a 1.8 here, but brand new sensor on there. Anyway, so that's just my brief unboxing and video of the Mark 7. So that's all you really get is the camera, you know, the cables, micro, the battery, these extra little things here, which no one even uses, the lanyard, the battery, and a whole bunch of manuals. So yeah, so for a first-time user, I do recommend you do read the manuals. I know no one reads the manuals. So unless you've actually used a Sony camera, the menus can get really confusing. One of the things that Sony has not improved on is their menu system, which seems to be really convoluted in this day and age. But yeah, that's all you really get. So I kind of wish that they had a battery charger. I know you can actually charge it from the camera, but you know, this day and age, you know, it'd be nice to have it like like an actual charger in there, in which you can like pop in yours like a spare battery while you're using the one that you currently have. But anyway, that's neither here nor there, and that's it for this video, and I'll see you guys next one, in which I'm going to have a long chat about this camera, why you should not get it, and why you should get it, and also things like what I really think about this camera, and if it is a good buy in 2020. Alright guys, that's it for now. As always, like, comment, or subscribe, and random geek out. Cheers.